Yeah, so today I've come to shake some tables, and apparently some tables that have expensive drinks. But if you are a spouse that has lived with someone that is a control freak, someone that is narcissistic, someone is toxic, someone that is disrespectful, but I will tie it all in the toxicity and the narcissistic tendencies, then come close, because we have a conversation, a serious conversation to have. All right, this has been happening for so long, and I have met so many people that have gone through it, and I know that I've met more women go through it than men, but I have seen some men that actually go through it. All right, but again today I'm going to base so much on the side of the women, because most of the times the women that have come to me and they are in a place where they're being manipulated, all right, their partner does not want them to have any money on them. And I know that as soon as I've mentioned it like this, some of you are laughing, some of you are already calling your friends or sending messages to your friends that you need to watch this or you need to be able to engage with this. There is a tendency that narcissistic partners do not want you to have money on you. Now that does not mean that you're not working. It does not mean even if you are working, they will find ways of creating leakages so that that money keeps going and keeps disappearing. It doesn't matter whether you're in the country or you're outside of the country. I have met so many different scenarios where the woman, let me just give a few examples. The woman stays out of the country, but the husband is in the loop of every single money that she earns, and he makes sure that all that money actually either comes to him or goes into projects or something like that. Like, he can never settle until that money is actually out. And the tendency is they just don't want you to have money. I know some of you are in marriages, some of you are in relationships. You have actually noticed this. They will come out with kind of projects. They will come up with we need to buy this. They will come up, we need to buy this land, we need to build this house, we need to be, all those things are really good. And that is why the manipulation tactic actually works, because everything they tell you to buy or where they need you to spend the money and put the money, it feels like they are promoting a family agenda. But the thing is, they want to drain you completely so that you do not have money. There is an agenda behind them not wanting you to have money. So for you, you think, okay, I'm contributing to the family. Contributing to the family is okay. And if you're in a position where you can have money, it's okay to actually build your family. But on top of that, underneath, there is a disrespect, there is omission of truth, there is manipulation, there is gaslighting, and so many times you've questioned yourself. You've wanted to hold back that money, but you've not been able to hold back that money, because they know all the buttons, they know all the tactics. They will even make comments, weird comments in the passing, and they're like, auntie, you make a lot more money, or auntie, it's your money that is actually giving you all the power to behave the way you behave. Or so they get you, they cocoon you in a place where you feel guilty to even have the money. You're making the money, but you feel guilty to have the money. So that means you end up declaring, they're playing on your psychology. You end up declaring all the money. You end up dishing out all the money, and then you remain empty. But as you remain empty, they are not just stopping at manipulating you to get the money, but they are actually disrespecting you. They are not loyal. They are not a friend to you. They are actually doing everything to make sure that you second doubt yourself, and you feel like you are left out, you're abandoned, you're rejected, like you're not lovable, you're not good enough, you're not beautiful. So I just need you to come close, because I need us to break down why this tendency means a lot more than just the money manipulation. There is something that they are trying to achieve, and if you don't know what they are trying to achieve, then you're going to play into their trap. All right, so this thing about money is about control through dependence, because if you do not have money, that means you're going to depend on them. And this is a scenario where both people are earning, both partners are earning, all right? And forgive me if I talk about women more, because it's these scenarios, most of the women are the ones that come out to speak up. The men, there are very few, a very handful that have come out to actually speak up. But the women it doesn't mean that women are going through it more. It's very possible that most men are actually keeping quiet. All right, so they want to be most of these scenarios, this particular story that I am basing on, it is a man, all right? And this particular story, it is a man who comes up and asks me, or asks us, together with Mr. Sabiti, to actually help put his wife in order, all right? And on talking to them, we realize that he's asking, his main question is, I don't know where her money goes. All right, and on explaining, her money has gone into building the house, has gone into creating businesses for both partners, has gone into school fees, has gone to everything, but he's still asking himself, where is her money? I don't know where it is going. Why? Because he kept thinking, and he had these thoughts inside of him, I don't want her to have money, I don't want her to have any side hustles that I don't know, I don't want her to have any savings account that I don't know about, I don't want her to have all these things. I want her to declare all the money so that we can use it, okay? So that we can use it. I want to know how much she actually earns. And the reason as to why the woman had gotten to a place and pulled back a bit, it's because she felt, I am disrespected. You're calling me names. You're labeling me. You're abusing me. You're insulting me. You're manipulating me. You're gaslighting me. The woman was like, at some point I felt like I was mad, all right? But he kept doing these things despite the fact that I was dishing out the money. So I got to a place and got tired. And I think I usually say it so many times in my speaking engagements and say that as in there will always be a breaking point. There will always be a breaking point. You can't be narcissistic and toxic and expect that you're going to manipulate people forever, or you're going to gaslight people forever, or you're going to be a control freak forever. We are human beings that get to a point and just break. And now some people break by getting into serious stress and depression, and some people get mad. Not everyone that is in Botabika that is mad. Some of them just got depressed out of narcissistic relationships and toxic relationships, and they started lifting their skirts and they started lifting their dresses, and now they are in Botabika. They left their children. They were hard-working women, because some of you have not watched this, but if you've not watched this, it's on my YouTube channel, and I think I will have to make an extended program about it, or an extended shoot about it. The particular traits that narcissistic people look for in their partners. But narcissistic people don't just marry out of the blue. They do not just get butterflies because they have seen someone. No, they are very specific. They hunt for their prey, and they get the particular prey that they are looking for. They love people that are generous. They love people that have godliness in them, or they have religion in them. People that are gullible and they can be manipulated. People that do not have exposure sometimes, because then they want you to be isolated in order to be able to manipulate you and gaslight you, and they don't want you to have any form of help. So that means they have a particular trait that they are looking for. People that lack confidence, because if you lack confidence, you're not going to stand up for yourself, and then you will take long to break down. So they are counting on the fact that they will have longer years manipulating you and being toxic and being control freaks, that by the time you get into the awareness, or by the time you're breaking down, they are already done, or they've already gotten their victory, or whatever it is that they were looking for in the relationship. So this is control through dependence. They want you to depend on them for everything. They want you to report to them about everything. They want you to declare everything, because if you have money, then you're not going to be controllable. If you have money, you will decide what you want to eat, where you want to go, what you want to buy, as in you will decide everything. And they don't want you to decide. They want to be the ones that decide, to the extent that when you start buying clothes, they will have very, by the way, the comments will be very harmless, For example, they'll be like, but a mother does not dress like that, because you bought a new dress and it's possible that it's actually decent. It's something that makes you feel good. But remember, a narcissistic person does not want you to feel good. Why should you feel good? Because the only way their ego is inflated is when you are down and they are up, is when you are a mat and they are dominating over you. So now, how dare you say that you actually look good? Okay, you buy something, maybe a lotion, and you're like, so you think lotion is going to make you look any better? In a way, they are telling you, you are already ugly. There is nothing that can make you better. So now that has sunk. They know the psychology of how to say the right word, and they will say it once, they will say in the passing, they will even say it while joking. And sometimes when you hold them accountable to the word they have said, they're like, but for you, you even don't know how to joke. Me, I was just mentioning, but it has already dented you. It has far-reaching results. All right, far-reaching results. They will mention something to do with your weight. They will mention something to do with your complexion. They will mention why, because they have a box they want you to fit in, and they don't want you outside of that box. So now they are commenting to show you that even if you bought the best dress in the world, you will never look good. So guess what? You will stop buying any dress, because in your mind, your psychology will be twisted. You'll be like, you know what? Even if I buy the best dresses in the world, I will never mount to anything. Even if I buy any kind of lotion, I will never mount to anything. Even if, and then sometimes when you're leaving home, you're going for an event somewhere, they will say something in the passing, and it will be maybe about the people that you're going with, and they will tear them down, and they will, you know, they will show you how you are so gullible and how you are so stupid and foolish to be hanging out with certain kinds of people. So next time you're thinking about going for an event or even hanging out with them, you will be thinking twice, because you don't want to be called stupid. So now you try to avoid the people that were called stupid, and now you are fitting exactly in the box that they want you to be able to fit in. So you realize that when someone has money, or when you have your own money, and you're in control of your own money, about what you buy, about where you go, about what you do, then they cannot control you. So what they want is to control you, and that is why they will actually tamper or deal with your money. Number 2, isolation from escape. Because financial independence, financial dependence keeps you trapped. It keeps you trapped because you don't have money enough. I know of women that work so hard, but all their salary has been planned for. Like all their salary has been planned for. And guess what? There is a way they will strip you of all the confidence that even if you get any per diem, even if you get any bonuses, like you will come and declare like a young child. Because they have what do we call it? They have conditioned you. What a narcissistic person does is conditioning you and programming you over time. So now you become a person that can never think independent of them, that can never do anything, because now you start second guessing yourself. You're not wise enough. Even if you want to do an investment, they make you think they are the ones that know everything, and so you will always, whether it's an investment, you will come and ask from them. Whether it's something you want to buy a phone, you will come and ask from them. As in, they are the ones that now that hold your brain, and now for you are totally brainless. But the thing is, you never stop long enough to ask yourself, if I am brainless, why am I employed and I can actually do the job, and I am not fired from my job, and I'm still getting money for the past 10 years? That means I'm worth something. So at work, you are brilliant, you conduct the meetings, you're doing the presentations, you're making the money. So they let you breathe enough to be able to do your job. But after your job, they kill everything around you so that you can look to them for survival. And I know as I'm talking about this, some of you are auditing yourself, because that's exactly what you are going through, or you know someone that is going through that. All right. So another time we will flip it for the men, but this time we are talking more about women. All right. So isolation from escape, as in, even if you wanted, I've asked so many ladies in the therapy sessions, and you're like, okay, do you have any savings? Zero. Do you have any money? Zero. But the thing is that is on their mouth is, I am tired. If I stay, I am going to die. I cannot breathe. I have gotten heart attacks and panic attacks. I mean, I am depressed. And they are at their wits' end. But guess what? The man is having the fun of his life. The fun of his life. He's busy eating, he's busy having fun, he's busy doing everything. And remember, such people, usually they are the best friends, or they have the best morals when out there. It's only you that knows the worst or the beast that you are staying with. So even if you told your mother, even if you told your, and they have a tendency of okukweso kayo. By the way, they don't give you any money. They are actually taking all your money or using all your money, but they can even get part of their money, of that money, and give it to your mother. Why? Because they are shutting them up. Next time you hear your daughter talk about me, I need you to be on my side. So you bribe everyone to be on it. They can even do it to your sister. They will do it to your children to make them stand against you. So that means they want you isolated so that no one stands with you. So if you have any complaint about them, everyone will be laughing at you and asking, but what do women want? What do women want? So I need you to look at that, the money tricks, and understand that it is a psychology. It is a game that they are playing. But number one, they want to control you through dependence. Number two, isolation from escape, that you can never leave them. If you don't have any savings, if you don't have any money on you, then you're thinking, where am I going to start from? And there is a way they will make you feel like you can never think in a sane way. You can never decide. Even the decision to even leave, you will think twice, thrice, 4 times, even 10 times. You will, because they let you think that you are a fool. So you will think that you're even a fool to leave, or you are even a fool to decide otherwise. So you'll want to decide in accordance to what they want you to decide, because that will make you feel. And they're like, oh, that's a nice move. Why? So they will appreciate what you do according to what they want you to do. So now they are reinforcing the idea, and they will chastise everything that you do that is not according to how they want you to do. And so you will always abandon everything else, and you will do what they want you to do. So you're being manipulated, you're being gaslit, you're being lied to, being disrespected, but you think they are your own savior. It's like when you beat a child and they run coming back to you. That's exactly what happens. That's how a narcissistic person conditions you. That even when they abuse you, you keep running to them because you think you can only survive because of them, because they conditioned you to think that way. All right? So sometimes, it's not even sometimes, but when someone is holding your financial power, it's easy to manipulate you. It's easy to manipulate you. If you have money, it's very hard to manipulate you, because then you have a way of escape, because then you have choices, you have dignity, you have respect. Money gives you dignity, money gives you choices, money gives you a way of escape, and they don't want you to have that. So this is more of a manipulation trick. This is a manipulation trick. So it's easier to manipulate you when you don't have money. When they tell you to jump, you will ask how high. When they tell you to not even to leave your job, because some of them, those that want to manipulate you because of your money, they will never want you to leave your job. They will actually encourage you to take on more responsibilities until you're burnt out, because you are their money making machine. Yeah, and they have conditioned you in such a way that you declare all your money, and they plan for all your money, and so you remain with nothing. So now they're dangling your own money against you, and you're thinking, okay, he's in control, he's now a husband, and sometimes it's because their ego, I mean, they don't feel confident, so they want to feel confident by robbing you of something that will make you feel confident. Because the more your money rises, when you begin saving, when you begin investing, the more your money grows, the more the confidence, the more the choices, the more the dignity, the more the self-decisions, all right? And the more enlightenment you actually get. So they don't want you to have all those things, all right? So if you can't afford any alternative, that means you are manipulatable, all right? And then you're likely to tolerate everything that is being done to you. That means they will manipulate you and you will actually tolerate, okay? And this agenda about money, sometimes it's just to boost their ego, that they can do it. Sometimes they do things because they can, because you let them. And now they feel like they're on top of the world. They feel they are controlling you. They feel they are calling the shots. And they love it that way. Because remember, a narcissistic person wants a supply. A supply is a boost in ego, inflates their ego. So that means when you say, when you are humble, when you are begging, when you're dependent, when you are, they feel like, I hold the cards, yeah? I am the man. I have everything, yes. And so their ego is inflated, or their ego gets a boost from that. They feel powerful because you are in constant need and you keep asking and you keep begging, and so it reinforces their superiority over you. But most of the time, naturally, they are not superior. Naturally, they are very timid. Naturally, they are actually cowards. Cowards, yes, because by the time you seek to manipulate in order to feel your ego inflated, that means you are a coward. You are the worst coward. And that's why when you learn to stand up for yourself, the people that have gone through my program, the narcissistic recovery, narcissistic abuse recovery, when they learn to stand up for themselves, the first thing the timid and the coward narcissistic person is always asking, who is informing her? Who is opening her eyes? Who is? So they try again to cut you off, everyone, because they don't want anyone that advises you otherwise. They don't want anyone that shows you the truth. They don't want anyone that shows you the psychology behind what is happening in your life. They don't want that. So they live in a constant state of fear that they are going to be seen for who they are. So that the mask will fall off their face. That they are not as strong as you think they are. That they are not as bold and confident as you think they are. So in order to reinforce the mask and to have more glue in the mask so that you can see them as the superior being, they go on and grind the manipulation and grind the isolation and grind the gaslighting and grind the insulting and all that. Because they fear that if you ever see them for who they are, you will actually leave them. So the worst thing a narcissistic person fears is you leaving them, because you are their supply. Where are they going to get their supply? You're the only one that is making them important. You're the only one. By you being down and being trampled over and being controlled and being, it's like you're saying, yes, sir. And so they feel like, yes, that is good. That feels so good. I don't want them to stop it. That is why I usually tell the people that are dealing with narcissistic people or ladies that are dealing with narcissistic men, and I tell them that the worst thing that a narcissist can face is you leaving. And they never expect that you will ever leave. They never expect that you will break down, because people that deal with narcissistic people usually are strong. They have a strong backbone. They fight. They stay in there. They do everything that they do everything the narcissistic person is telling them. So they have a high level of tolerance for disrespect and manipulation. So they never see it coming. Every narcissistic person that has lost someone has felt a sense of confusion of, no, she can't actually leave. So most of the times they think you're going to go and make an about turn, or you're going to regret. And sometimes those are the words that they will say. And when they see that you're not making an about time, they will send the flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are the people that they will feed all the bad information and the blackmail, and they will start coming to bring all those things to make you feel bad, to make you feel like you're the worst person on earth and everything else, just to make sure that they win you back. So they want you back because their punching bag has gone. They don't want you back because they want to change. They don't want you back because they want to respect you all of a sudden, or they are willing to stop manipulating you, or all of a sudden they love you so much. No, a narcissistic person doesn't want you back because they love you. They want you back because they miss manipulating, and they miss because you are their punching bag. They had put you up like the punching bags that we see in gyms and even in homes, and now they were boxing, they were manipulating, they were lying, they were gaslighting, they were doing all these things, and now their punching bag is gone and they have no supply. So no one is making them important and no one is inflating their ego, and all of a sudden they fight to get you back, not because they love you but because they have lost their punching bag. So when you come back, their tactics are more than they were before. Why? Because by the time you left, that means your eyes had started opening, and now they need to make you blind afresh and more blinder than you were before, so that you will never attempt to escape. So that means you're coming back to more trouble. More trouble. All right? So it is a tactic to boost their ego, and you can never boost their ego enough, because every day their ego needs a boost. So that means you have to be at it for the rest of your life. You have to shrink. You have to be a nobody. You have, I mean, if they tell you to lie down, they don't even expect your bum to have a bump. They expect you to be totally flat, because why is your bum even having a bump? They expect you to be totally nothing, to be totally nothing. When they manipulate you money-wise, they are preventing independence. Because when you are financially independent, it gives you choices. It gives you choices of where to live. It gives you choices of what to eat. It gives you choices of what kind of lifestyle. Where do you want to take your children? It gives you so many choices. So they fear to lose control. And that is why they don't want you to stand on your own. Because if you have money and you're regulating that money, then you're going to have a lot of choices. That when you get tired, the reason as to why so many women get tired and they cannot leave is because they have been financially manipulated. And so they have nothing. And even when they look at the years that they have spent and the investment they have made in a marriage, and they're thinking, and then I leave all these things. So now they cannot let go. And then they don't have, some of them don't have what it takes to think and say, okay, I have a salary, or I have a small business. Let me tell you, a person that is tired will never even wait for anything. I have seen people that have broken down and they have reached their wits' end, and they're like, you know what, I don't mind. Even if I have to go to the worst place in this world, even if I have to sleep on the street, I am tired. I am tired. And sometimes a narcissistic person, when they see that you are at zero, they will never even fight to have you back, or they will be like, you know what, you have nothing on you. Just imagine you lose your job. I have seen so many people lose their jobs, and these are women that I'm talking about. I've seen so many women lose their jobs, and yet they have been working, or they've lost their contract. They have been working so hard. All right, they've been working so hard, and so when they keep one particular one, the lady lost her contract, yeah, and she had been funding everything. Everything. And so the man felt like, I think this woman still has some money, because why is she still looking good? Why does she? I expected her to start saying, oh, I don't have lotion, oh, I don't have this, I don't have this, to the extent that she has gone to the hospital, given birth, and even paid for her own, because some of them, because they know you have some money, or they even smell it that you have this, they will always know. They will always know that you have some money, even if it's a saving that you kept, because sometimes as women we think far ahead, and you're thinking, my children, you know, because he's not been providing fees, I will have to provide fees. So that means if I lose a job, so I need to start saving. And so you save your money without telling him. Why? Because you're thinking you're not saving it so that you will waste it. You're saving it so that you will stand with your family in times where your family actually needs you. So I think this is what this woman had done. And this man was like, she went to hospital. When she went to hospital to give birth, the guy refused to pay. The husband refused to pay the money. And, you know, he kept dilly-dallying to see whether she will actually come up with the money. So the worst mistake the woman did, she got on her phone and paid the hospital bill. And so that was the beginning. So the man knew that, okay, there is more money where that came from. So the man stopped buying food, stopped doing everything, did not pay fees. On top of that, he would ask, he would even tell her, you have so much money that you saved, I think it can even take you for 20 years. So use that money to, make sure the family is actually running. Yet, even the business that he was running, she's the one who set it up. And then now on top of that, he was asking for more money to make the business big. He was like, you know what, if you can only give me this amount of money, if you can only give me this amount of money, and the woman would be like, but I don't have money. And then he'll be like, I saw you get on your phone in the hospital to pay. Just imagine a man who woke up one day, and got you pregnant. And not with one child, not with 2 children, but 3, 4. And he's bragging, thinking that he is a man that can even start, I saw you hold your phone and you paid the hospital bill, and you're still calling yourself a man? I think some women have to get to a place and realize that they don't have men in their lives. No, they only have bills. Yes. And I know that some of you are going to get annoyed and what. No, this is medicine to someone. You wouldn't want, and I know that when someone is toxic, the worst thing they need to hear is these kinds of topics. So if you have a narcissistic partner, apparently they've already switched off. Maybe you tuned, now you're waiting for this message on YouTube. Yeah, or you're watching it on YouTube, but with earphones. You don't want anyone to hear. Because this is the worst nightmare for any narcissistic person. Why would you open the eyes of our prey? Why would you open the eyes of our supply? Why would you open the eyes of the people that have tolerated and stayed with our manipulation tricks for so long? So the woman got tired. She got tired. But the thing is, he didn't want her to have any form of independence. Any form of independence. Wanted her to be at his mercies. But let me tell you, a narcissistic person will want you to be at his mercy, and yet they are not willing to even help. Just imagine, like, what kind of a human being are you? You want someone to be dependent on you, but you are not reliable and you are not dependent, but you want someone to depend on you. So that you both die, so that your children will also die, so that your children will not go to school, they will not eat, so that, as in, what is exactly the knowledge behind you wanting someone to be totally dependent on you and yet you are not dependent? I know for some of you that have gone through this, you understand the pain that I'm talking about. Because you have felt the sting of it. Someone does not want you to have money, but they are not willing to even, some of the men have even told the women to leave their jobs. Yes, to leave their jobs. Now, those are the narcissistic people that are also insecure, and they keep tracking their women wherever they go, at the job they are going, where did they go after that, who are they with, what exactly, and they will speak about the job and the job and the job. Oh, you have a job, now you cannot be a woman, now you have a job, you cannot take care of your family, now you, even if you cut yourself into pieces wanting to please that man in a home, even if you somersault in bed, even if you cooked the freshest food in the world, even if you took care of the children and you scrubbed them down and you put them to bed and you did everything and you were like a maid in your own home, a person that does not respect you will never respect you. They will never respect you. They will always find something. They will always find something. Why? Because apparently you're not the problem. They are the problem. And they can never get over it. Yeah? So, the ones that are insecure have gone ahead to tell the women, leave that job, I will take care of you. And the woman leaves the job. And they will even say, but you look better with short hair. Why? He wants you to see you at your worst, because if you look good, another man will take you. In their brain, every man is waiting to just take you. Every man is waiting. It just doesn't matter. Whether it's a shamba boy, whether it's a cleaner, whether it's an askari, whether it's a border man, whether it's a taxi man, whether it's your boss at work, whether, as in every man in your proximity is there to get you. So they will tell you, you look better with short hair. And they will tell you, if you put anything that stops at the knee, you actually look worse. You look better with long things. As in, they are molding you so that you will not look desirable to anyone else. But you're going to the gym. You're going to the gym to do what? You know, women that go to the gym are usually prostitutes. They will usually find something to say so that they will get you off whatever you thought would make you feel like a woman, feminine, and you will make you feel good until you abandon everything. And the poor mind, your poor mind will be telling you, if this is who he wants me to be in order for him to love me, then I am going to be this. So you are always auditioning to be loved. So that means narcissistic people usually deal with people who lack confidence. So you start putting on long things so that you can please him. You chop off your hair so that you can please him. You stop going to the gym so that you can please him. And then you stop going to church because apparently the pastor also wants you. You stop going to church because the pastor also wants you. You're like, so, but I mean, for people that pray on TV, you think they don't exist. I mean, there are so many messages on YouTube. Why would you even go to a church? Okay, but I mean, there are so many other churches. Why do you go to that particular church? And even if you made an about turn and went to another church, still that pastor will want you as well. So do you see how it's a hard life to live? And some of them will play on these money games. Why? Because they want to keep you silent. Because they want you silenced. If you don't have money, who are you going to tell? Who are you? You're not going to be confident. You're not going to speak up. You're not going to tell anyone. You're going to die with your secret. If they can pull the strings on your purse, then you will think twice before you say anything to anyone. Because then you have nowhere to run to. You will never be able to set any boundaries. You will never be able to confront them. Because it's a person that has a way out that confronts. If you know you have a way out, if you know, because there's so many women that I have worked with, and I've told them that, you know what, you have to work on getting your money game up. All right, you have to find a way of holding your bag. Sometimes I say it in Luganda, nyweza ensawoyo, because it is your only way out. It's going to make him furious. It's going to make him shout. It's going to make him hate you, but he already hated you. It's going to make you manipulate you the more. It's going to, as in he's going to do everything in his arsenal. They usually have their arsenals to make sure that they break your will down. But make sure, because for the past 10 years, 20 years, this is the life that you have lived and you know that there is no good out of it. So if you ever want your children to go to school, if you ever want your life to ever be in order, if you ever, as in to have any hope in life, it's the bag. that you're going to hold first. And you're going to control that. Because then you can be able to say, I don't want that. You don't back at me like that. You treat me with, going forward, you treat me with respect. And if you don't, there are repercussions. And because they know you have some money, they know that you can actually choose to leave. Yeah, so the reason as to why they will play the money games and want to drain you, they will place a straw inside of you and just want to drain the life out of, drain the money and drain the life and drain the confidence and drain the self-esteem and drain all the dreams and the hopes that you ever had in life. You just have to be there, like a body that has no thoughts, has no vision, has no dreams, has no, that's what makes him happy. So if you have dreams and if you have plans, you have friends, you have connections, you have money, then you are incontrollable and they don't want you like that. So I want you to think twice about your situation and know that this is an orchestrated move. This is a psychological move to just make you tired, to just own your life, to just have you in a place where you cannot make any decisions, to have a place where you cannot speak, you cannot confront someone if you have no way out, if you have no plan. You cannot control someone. How dare you say anything? You will be shut up or shut down before you even begin to say anything. But once you know that you can actually survive without them, you can create a life without them, that is your first ticket to freedom. That is your first ticket to living a life with dignity, a life with dignity. So they just want to keep you silent and then they want to stop you from dreaming. If you don't have money, you're not going to dream. You will not have any vision. Why? Because money funds dreams. So you will not think about anything. Oh, I want to be a coach. Oh, I want to be a public speaker. Oh, I want to live in such kind of house. Oh, I want to buy this kind of car. Oh, they will even make sure, even if you're buying a car, they will decide what kind of car you buy and they will decide whether you drive it or not. Yes. Some of them, I've seen some of them that have told their wives, I will drive you wherever you want to go. But for some of them, for those that are insecure, it's a tactic to follow you up wherever you are, to make sure that you have no connection at all, to make sure that you don't indulge in any extra life activities, yeah, like hanging out or doing anything, so you are on strict time. And I think you've seen such women all the time. They are on, I'm running, he's coming, he's come for me, oh, he's done this. You can never be at a party, you can never be in church, you can never be at, you even go back to your home. By the way, it is a problem. And some of you are going through this and you have seen this and you have seen how it actually pans out. So it's a tactic to keep you silent and then it's a tactic to stop you from dreaming. You have no business dreaming. Or that one day I want to have a big business, and have a big business where? When all your money is channeled and planned for already. And so even if you say, oh, I want to start a business, let me tell you, they're the ones that will tell you how that business does not work, how so and so, and they will have all the examples of people that failed at that business, and they will always have a procrastinating tendencies of, I mean, let's think about it later, let's gather enough information, let me make a survey. And sometimes it will feel like they are willing to help you. Kumbe wa, they are stalling you. Stalling so that this year can go and next year can go, and they will tire you until you cannot dream anymore. Until you cannot dream anymore. While they are doing whatever it is that they want to do, and they are free to use the money in whichever way they want to use. And guess what? You will never ask them. You will never ask them for anything. They will use that same money to help the same people that they have isolated you from. And when someone tells you, oh, so-and-so gave me money, and you'll be thinking, but he has never even given me money. He has never even done, that is even the money that I gave him. And dare talk about it. That is when they will put you in your place. That's when they will ask you whether you think you are so glorious and how you think you're so wise and how you think, yeah. So you wanted to tell them that I gave them part of your money, because, you know, such women like you don't get married. Such women like you don't maintain marriages. What they are doing is they are putting you down. They are conditioning you so that you can fit in the box that they have created for you, a box where you cannot think, where you cannot dream, where you cannot connect with anyone, where you cannot have ambitions, where you cannot grow, where you cannot look good, whether you cannot, they just want you there. It's like a museum. Stay there. You should just retire to just being there. That's not a life anyone would want for anyone. No. Love is not supposed to hurt you. Love is supposed to nurture you. Love is supposed to support you. Love is supposed to be loyal. Love is supposed to be a good friendship, a sweet friendship. Love is supposed to be respectful. But none of those, all the pillars of a marriage, of a good relationship, are actually dead. And some of you, you're looking at me, you have tolerated all this, but you're just cohabiting. They have never even put a ring on it. They have never even taken you to church, or let alone even visit your parents, and you will die asking. And for some of you, they will dangle that every time there is a problem and they feel like you're catching them in a problem. They will promise, oh, I think we should plan to Kuchala. I think we should plan for an introduction. I think we should plan. And yes, some of you have been married, have even walked down the aisle or had a white wedding, not because he loves you, but because he's atoning for his sin. He has done so many dubious things, and now he's thinking you're about to leave him. And when a narcissist thinks that you're about to leave him, they will bring something that is shiny, a shiny object like a wedding, like a kwanjula, like a kuchala or something, just to tone you down so that you stay in this marriage, because they need you. They need you not because they love you, but they need you because you supply their ego. Yeah. Let that sink in. I know that it's not as sweet and it's not as nice, but that's exactly where they want you, and they will do everything in their power to make sure that you don't bring your head up. Every time you try to bring it up, they will press it down. They will ask you whether you think you're that important, whether they think you're the one with the dreams, whether they think you're the one with the greatest ambitions, and they will show you everyone that has failed, and they will show you that you're taking the same trajectory until you give up on dreaming, until you give up on anything. And then they are trying to create a cycle of gratitude, as in you should know that everything you are and how far you have come is me. So worship me, thank me. And because this is a psychological conditioning, let me tell you, you will thank them. You will be grateful to them. And yet there will be a long list of grievances, a long list of things that they have done wrong, but you will never see the wrong things, because according to them, a narcissist will always remember all the bad things that you have done, and they will never remember any good thing that you have done. And sometimes I know that you have gotten money and given it to the narcissist, and you have asked yourself, does he realize I'm even standing with him? No, he does not. No, he does not realize anything good that you have done. So if you've been second guessing yourself, or he's not appreciative, if it were another woman wouldn't be doing this, you're not another woman, my friend, you're his puppet. Yeah? And that's exactly where he wants you. So him being appreciative to you is inflating your ego, and he does not want to boost your ego. It's his ego that must be boosted all the time. It's his ego. So this life is about him. It's not about you. You are just a player in his movie, and he knows where this movie is going. He knows how it's going to end. He knows everything. But I will tell you, the worst for a narcissist is they live in the constant worry of, this person will open their eyes and they will see the truth for what it is, and they will leave me. So they live in a constant worry of, if you know the truth shall set you free. So they don't want you to know the truth. That's why they will not want anyone, a friend or what, even if they know that you're seeing a counselor or a therapist, or they will even speak 1,000 bad words about that counselor or that pastor or that singer, or that they will even ask you, so you rent to your singer, the one who has never been married, or the one that has been married 5 times, so that they can give you what? They can give you marriage advice so that you can stick in your marriage. If they didn't stick in theirs, how will they help you? As in, they will make you hate everyone or isolate from everyone that would have helped you. They know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it to get you to actually just leave everything and just keep going. So it creates a cycle for gratitude towards them. So you are forever indebted to them. You are forever thankful that and submissive that they have been this great support to you, because they have conditioned you to do that. And then to them, it's a fear of exposure. It's the fear of exposure. If you have your own money and you can afford therapy and you can afford lawyers and you can afford you can have a support system, then that may expose their toxicity. So they do not want their narcissistic tendencies or toxicity to be exposed. So this is why even when you separate with a narcissist, all right, and you have children, they will not want to take care of the children. They will let you nash because they know all your money should go into paying bills, should go into paying rent, should go into feeding, should go into medical, should go into clothing, should go, and by the time you're done with those, you don't have money to waste on lawyers, you don't have money to waste on, as in, you just don't have money to waste on therapy. No, because they want you, they want you depressed. But again, you would ask yourself, because any good man, even if they separate with a spouse, they would want the spouse sane and doing well so that the spouse can take care of the children. They would even want to give more than they should give to make sure that they are fine. That is a proper man that loves his family, loves his children. Even if they have disagreements with the wife, they will be, as in Luganda we call it obuntu bulamu, wajja kuba obuntu bulamu. A narcissistic person does not have that. Because the first thing they lack in their life is empathy. They can never step into your feet to understand the kind of pain that you're going through. Never. They must hold the upper hand all the time. So they will call you names, they will insult you, they will manipulate you, gaslight you, lie to you. They will do everything in their power to make sure that you're still cocooned in that bad place without help, without therapy, without lawyers, without support system. And that's exactly what they want. And so most of the times they actually succeed. They actually succeed. And you know, when someone is holding your money or controlling your money, then they are controlling you psychologically. When they are controlling your money, they are controlling you psychologically. You have nothing to say. You're not even thinking straight. Because then, why would you even think straight? All your visions are buried, all your dreams are buried, all your ambition is buried, like totally buried. So the financial strain that you go through, it creates constant stress in your brain. It creates constant depression and confusion, making it easier for them to gaslight you and distort reality. That's why you end up second guessing yourself. That's why you end up hating people. That's why you end up isolating from people. Why? Because they have done it intentionally to psychologically control you. Now, every time you don't have money, every time you are stressed, every time you're thinking, how are children going to school? How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to do this? They make sure that all your money is scattered all over, and there is nothing, no penny you're remaining with. Remember, whether you want it or not, they will have to know how much you earn. So now you're stressed because your family is calling you, you cannot give them money. And they don't want anyone to depend on you, because when someone depends on you, then they are going to be your support system. They don't want. So you will not have money for your mother. You will not have, as in all your siblings will be coming up with money because your mother is sick. And for you, you will be telling them, I have nothing. I have nothing, I have nothing, until they'll be like, that one is Mrs. I have nothing, that one. And then some of them that are really wise, sometimes they will put you aside and they'll be like, you know what, this is not who you were. You were a totally different person ever since you got this man in your life. Like your life, osi use, obuviri, you even take, I mean, no kukwatirwe chisa. He will just, you know, aja kukwatirwe chisa alabengo olibubi nyo, because he knows you, he still needs you to have that job. He will even remind you about your hair after 3 months or after 4 months, after he sees that ash is even coming from your head. And even to get a new cloth, oh my God, they will tell you how whatever you have is enough. You have so many clothes. Why would you even say that you don't have any clothes? As in, you will be in constant moment of stress, and so it's easy to confuse you, and it's easy to manipulate you to do whatever it is that they want you to do. And remember, as people, we love to be influential. So one of the things that will be robbed away from you because of the lack of the financial muscle or financial independence is it will just prevent you from having any influence on anything. You know, we thrive on influence. We thrive on being able to contribute to causes, on being able to counsel other people, to guide other people. But when you feel that your life is nothing, that means you will not be able to do anything. There is no influence. So money allows you to build influence platforms, networks. So they fear that your voice will get louder. And I have seen this so many times with my mentees that come into the mentorship, and the man will be like, I hear you on that Zoom. You're going to be spoiled. You're going to do what? But the thing is, they don't want any amount of confidence in their woman. And the one that is training is trying to get them to be confident, to be able to build their brands, to be able to build their businesses, to be able to widen their streams of income. But no. Otherwise, your voice will become bigger and you'll become recognizable. And I don't want you to become recognizable. I want you to be under my feet. I want you to be a doormat, and I want you to be a nobody. So, can you agree to being a nobody? And I know some of you as parents, you have cried. You're like, you know what? This was not my daughter. I educated her better. I brought her up better. I don't know what happened to her. All of a sudden, she has become dumb. All of a sudden, she has become isolated. All of a sudden, she has become... You can pray for them, but on top of that, they need serious help to be able to reinitiate their self-confidence and to be able to have a say in their own lives. There's so many things that I would want us to talk about, but I would also want us to talk about how to redeem ourselves and how to restart our money journey, to reclaim our independence, money independence, so that you can be able to be confident, and not call shots or what. You'll still be a submissive wife if you choose to stay in that marriage, but you will know exactly what to do and what not to do, and you will recover. You will get out of depression. Your children will see you as a nurturer. They will love you and you will love them, and you'll be able to live a happy life. You deserve it, and you can give it to yourself. All right, I love you. Let me stop here. Until next time.